Hi, my name is Vladimir and this is Not So Boring Processes, the video series on YouTube and LinkedIn where I'm sharing with you 9 lessons I've learned when building my company and team to scale. The lesson number 3, do not resist thoughtful disagreement. Embrace it. You see, when I was doing quite some good in my company, we won't call it a success, but we'd call it like a steady growth, right? I was trying to preserve this path, right? I wanted to be everything to remain as it was before. So if we were doing a process in a particular way, when someone was telling me like, maybe we should change that, I was like, no, it worked before, let's stick to it, right? It might be good because you're conserving the good things, but the problem with that is, once again, you have a blind spot, right? Meaning that you don't see the obvious changes and improvements you can make to your process. And this is where it comes to empowering your people, right? This is what comes to give the permission to your team players to actually disagree with you, to actually give the opposite opinion and explain why you think in the way you think. And this is crucial because what this happens is it creates an environment for your people to feel in charge, to feel in the process, and that creates enormous engagement. The top single reason why you have to embrace thoughtful disagreement is because you want the collective mind of your team to get the permission to complement your thoughts and to improve on them. It's because you have your team members for a reason, right? These are not just some random people from the street. It's because you consider them smart, hardworking, aligned with your values. This is because you see them as a part of your team, almost like a sports team for the long run. So why would you shut them up and do your own thing? Why you can actually give them permission to contribute? Because this is what's stopping entrepreneurs from scaling, right? When you're a solo entrepreneur, there is no one fighting your beliefs. You just need to agree with yourself. And that's easier than make all like 10, 15, 20, 50 people to agree with you. And the whole challenge for you as an entrepreneur is to accept that you might be wrong. And some people in your company can actually outgrow your very particular capabilities, right? Let's say you are running a tech company. Well, at some point, it's normal and it's natural for some of your team members to outgrow you as a developer. If you're a marketer by the nature, this is how you started. If you're a CEO, at some point, some of the people will outgrow your marketing capabilities. And at that stage, you would rather empower them to disagree with you and give their perspective. The top single example in the history I can give you to express how important it is to embrace thoughtful disagreement is Henry Ford and his invention of the assembly line. Because if you read the history, you actually know that he got this idea not from his mind, from his brilliant mind, but from people who just joined him. And those were meat packers. They were previously working at meat packing house and they found a very optimal way to get the product from the beginning to the actual marketable product, right? Through the assembly line. This happened not because Henry Ford decided that he will do everything himself. No. This is because he let his positional power stay out of the way and said, hey, let's discuss this. Why do you think this is going to be better? Because remember, those are not technicians, those were meat packers. His entrepreneur, his leadership skills of the Henry Ford was such high, so he could actually let them talk and let them explain their thoughts. And this is why the assembly line that we see now today is actually brought to humanity. Until next lesson, I'll see you around.